Oh no!
I don't understand why he just kicks her in the face. Oh, I guess it's because wouldn't he kick her in the face because of Ice King's perception of like how humans are supposed to, or like how people.
No, but Marceline was telling the story, was it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
No. She gets at the end. But how like Ice King's perception of how people are supposed to behave is skewed in his head, and he thinks that that's like
flirty.
Like a form of flirting is also like hurting people, right? No?
But Fiona reacts.
Well, yeah,
Fiona and Kate
literally.
See, okay, I hadn't
Literally. Go.
All right. I have no I don't have an understanding of this Ice King character, but I feel like if I did, it would have made the episodes much more enjoyable. Because you guys are because if you look at it from the perspective like, oh, like this is like, yes, this is like a little spin-off episode, with characters who exist in this like parallel universe. But these are like stories that are being told from the Ice King's perspective. So these stories are in a way skewed because it's like his imagining of reality. You're viewing it through his, and if I had a better understanding. But overall, I mean, they were enjoyable. It was sitting, it was a good enjoyable watch. But there was just something that particularly stood out to me personally. But I think, with the context of the actual show and with a better understanding of the characters, I feel like it would have been a much more interesting watch,
Yeah, I think also like because I just now made that connection in my head. It was like these stories are being told from the perspective of Ice King and the perspective of what he perceives Finn, Marceline, like Bubblegum to be, and then what he perceives them to be as if they're gender swapped, and that's such like a complex concept. Like being able to dig that deep into a character to be like, what if you because I mean just right now how you perceive me as a person and then gender swap me, maybe don't do that, it might be a little bit but gender swap me and then imagine that person and who that person is and how they would behave and how those people bounce off and interact with each other. It's just an interesting concept. Also, the way that he perceives himself as a woman is
sexy.
It's smart and
cunning.
And she's relatively pretty, but the way he is, see, and you I mean, you wouldn't know because you're not a real fan, but he's nasty, ugly old man underneath his robes.
No, I could definitely just get that.
You just felt it.
No, yeah, you can just
You do have
I just hate his nasty little feet.
The way he's sitting on his chair.
He's like a troll, like an angry little troll.
Literally a troll.
I think Danny is sleeping.
It's so disturbing.
He's disturbing. He's disturbed.
The Ice King, I see the Ice King and I'm like, that's Danny.
Oh,
Danny. He has
Why
this
is she not responding?
I think
She's
she's sleeping.
It's been a minute
It's
since
been
we started
literally-
talking.
Danny! Good morning!
How are you gonna fall asleep in the middle of an end conversation?
I'm sleeping.
Chris falls asleep anywhere.
Not in the middle of work.
Time.
Can you guys hear my parents fighting in the background?
Are they fighting? I thought they were singing.
I love corporate America.
Ooh. Tell them one more time.
Does Fiona and Cake make you want to watch Adventure Time?
If I'm being honest, no. Danny had mentioned before that it wasn't the best representation of the show, but even just from the taste of the show that I got from those 2 episodes, it wasn't something that that piqued my interest per se.
I should have watched the Marceline episode.
I'm just curious, do you guys because the humor in that show is, do you guys find the show funny?
not like I don't think it's like aggressively hilarious, but I do definitely find it entertaining, and I like I find it entertaining when what the heck? Oh, Cake is like shaking individual butt cheeks. I just think that shit's funny. Like I'm like,
See,
I
like,
just find it enjoyable.
I don't know why I don't find it funny, because I feel like I find things like that funny all the time, but it didn't hit for me, you know?
I think, and it's more so, it's like a vibe, like the general vibe of the show is this like lighthearted, like it's just like this
Wow.
well, I mean, like in a lot of aspects it also deals with like obviously like mental health, but it's like there's like obviously a deeper underlying aspect to the characters, and I think that's the fun part of it. But I think like when you're looking at the show just like surface level, like casually passing through, it's like everything I've ever thought of. Like it's a parody in itself. It's a parody of like the fantastic, like I will defeat the Gregador of Mount Jigababin and steal the ring and get the princess, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like it's like when you like begin to if you appreciate those stories, you'll appreciate like you appreciate like fun, lighthearted, like it's literally it's I don't know, they're meant to be stupid, like
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and it's like it like makes me feel nice. It makes me
It's nostalgic.
it's like weirdly nostalgic and simultaneously like it inspires this like hopefulness that you like this like sense of I don't know. See, all the words that are coming to my head are like, that sounds stupid. It's a goddamn cartoon, but it's like it like inspires this like sense of like hope and wonder, and like this like this like endless world of endless possibilities, and there's just like there's so many stories to be told, especially from the perspective of someone like who is creative, and to see like the original like, because I know we've all looked at like the original Bible.
Oh really?
From Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Black Book, the book that they made.
No, it's definitely called a TV Bible.
The TV Bible.
Mm-hmm.
For Adventure Time, and seeing that original, like what it was like meant to be, looked like something that we could, like as young creatives, could potentially achieve in the future, and to see that come into fruition, and someone's like, it feels human, like humans made it, not like a big corporation.
Yeah.
It feels like there are humans behind there who are making mistakes, and who sometimes make jokes that don't land, or sometimes make jokes that are pandering towards the wrong audience, and sometimes they make jokes that just do exactly what they're meant to do, and I think that's rare nowadays.
I think that like feeding off of that, it feels well, I mean, like 2 points. First of all, it feels like it was made by humans, not by a corporation. Also in the sense that it paid so much attention to every single character, which is like, I don't know if it sounds like, well, yeah, obviously, like everybody does that, but it feels like they don't. Like, you look me in the face and tell me that Peppermint Butler doesn't have a spinoff. That man is crazy. And they didn't have to give him backstory. They didn't have to make him weird and crazy, but they did. And so it like adds to this, you know, like this entire universe. And I feel like that says something. And then my other point was that Adventure Time was like, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know for sure, but it was like the Trojan horse for all of the LGBTQ that Cartoon Network engulfs now. Steven Universe, Craig and the Creek, I don't remember what it's actually called, but they're like, Adventure Time started all that.
Creaky Craig is
That
gay.
one.
What do you mean by that?
Like,
because Adventure Time, obviously, spoilers, Marceline and Bubblegum.
no.
Yeah. But before Adventure Time,
Marceline and Bubblegum have a relationship.
They
She
do
did
have
not
a
finish
relationship.
She didn't finish that sentence.
spoilers, Marceline and Bubblegum have a romantic relationship and have had a romantic relationship throughout the entire thing. Like they had a romantic relationship before the show started, and so like during the show is like when they were like in a breakup and they kind of hated each other and and then at the end they like get back together and it's very cute and then they have a spin-off.
Okay, so those are spoilers.
I'm gonna put it in the description, don't worry.
No, for me.
So you already knew this actually.
What did you mean by Trojan horse though? That's
because I think because
Trojan horse means like because the Trojans like had they were like we brought
Adventure
you
Time is
listen like Trojan horse means like the Romans like brought the Trojans brought the Romans a horse or something, and they had
a giant wooden horse.
But they had like a bunch of secret soldiers in there that popped out. But you're making it sound like the LGBT community like fucking Trojan horse, meaning that they like infiltrate
their way in. And now they're taking over Cartoon Network. Have you watched Steven Universe?
But that's what I was asking, because I was like, are you saying like in a malicious manner?
Yes.
Like
bitches are crazy.
Like they like broke in and infiltrated the.
Danny, wake up!
Danny, please.
Oh my god.
Get a fucking job.
Got two of them.
But okay, it became like a it became like a catalyst for representation and encourage and made it like a standard for Cartoon Network. It was one of the first.
Yes.
Right.
Sorry.
I can definitely appreciate the show. I mean, obviously I haven't watched it, but I can appreciate the artistry that comes up that is, you know, emphasized through the characters, through the world building. Obviously, I don't know too much about the show, but I've seen clips, I've seen, you know, pictures. I've seen a lot. Like I've been able to indulge in a lot of the material. So it's just like, there's definitely like a level of appreciation that exists just from what the creators were able to pull off. However, I don't know if I was able to, you know, fully appreciate all of that through these 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's like... Go?
No, you go.
I was literally just gonna be like, yeah, it's only 2 episodes and like
200.
Exactly. Yeah.
But regardless, like just from those 2 episodes, because those are the 2 episodes we're talking about.
Yeah. You can't. There's no way.
No, yeah.
You literally can't.
Yeah. There's literally, it not only does it not have, like, the original characters in it, but it's just, like, because there's, like, so much that goes on in Adventure Time, and I think, like, when you first start watching it, I think, okay, like, as a person that, I've watched it, like, multiple times, and so, like, obviously I've seen the beginning, like, episodes before, and when you go back, it's, like, weird to see, like, where it started, just because you can tell that the writers didn't know where they were going with this. They didn't have a story, they didn't have a set, like, narrative. Like, I have a feeling that they probably didn't think it was going to last as long as it did. Because as you watch it more and, like, as stories progress, there's so many layers to every character, even if they're not, like, main characters like Finn and Jake or PB and, like, Marceline. And so, and that's why I said, like the Fiona and Cake episodes aren't a good representation of the whole show, just because they are just, like, cute little, like, you can just watch them by themselves. Like, obviously, you don't have to watch you don't have to watch the whole show in order to watch those. And so I think it is really interesting to... No, I'm take that back. So I definitely understand where you're coming from, just because if I were in your shoes, I think I'd have the same opinion, that it was just, like, they were cool and, like, to watch, but it wasn't, like, it didn't spark anything, just because they're just, like, small little, not necessarily filler episodes either, but they're just, like, small episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I think watching the Fiona and Cake episodes, as a representation for Adventure Time would be similar to watching like the Marvel What If episodes and then being like, oh, so this is what the MCU is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe we should have started with like episode 1 so that maybe not. Maybe.
Well, I think that's also hard just because I think we could have started with like the Greybles episodes, like not the first Greybles, but maybe the second one.
Yeah.
With what?
Just because.
Grable episode.
What's that?
Okay,
Little
so
man.
and throughout the whole series, they have mini series in it. They have like the Greybles series. They have like the Fiona
Oh, this
Cake
little
ones.
that
They
little
have,
man, he sits on the chair
and he's
he
like,
says,
find the common thread in all of these little
Yeah.
videos.
And so
I don't think we should start with that, man.
I love that, man.
And so I think, like, not even starting with the first episode, like, just because the first episode
It's
nothing special either.
It didn't. I don't think the concepts behind Adventure Time had a chance to solidify until the Matthew Gray Gubo episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The Chairman episode. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know the ones where they're like like find the common thread when he says that, and then he plays like the Finn, but he's like a weird human, like he's like a pointy nose.
So that actually okay.
So does that happen?
No, that's actually very, very far into the entire series.
When he has a pointy nose?
Yeah, when Finn the human becomes a human, yeah.
That's a different reality.
It's a different reality.
That's when yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You had it, and then you said that Finn had a pointy nose, and I was like, give the timelines a little bit.
Well, I've seen that episode, and I watched it in order.
It's very far down the line.
Okay. Alright, well, I think we're done here.
Chris also asleep.
No.
No. Do you want to try some of my mango bubbly?
Dude, I would love some of your mango bubbly.
Make a sip noise. Aren't you making a sip noise?
Because it's fucking gross. Dude, I hate regular sparkling water.
If there's not a picture of your ass in this Gmail
Hello?
link, I'm going to
Oh,
scream.
oh. Danny.
There's not.
Danny.
I'm not looking at it.
Don't delete it, Danny.
I'm deleting it.
I sent you my script. Oh, God damn it. I have over 4,000 unread emails.
That's atrocious. Get a secretary. Nice to meet you.
I broke my arm. Okay.
so
I don't remember how we wrap up, but I feel like that was a good conversation. Yet no.
Yeah, it's a little bit shorter than the rest of them.
I spoke for 5 minutes straight.
So did the rest of us.
Straight.
Everyone just be like, all right, good talk.
Good talk.
Bye.
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 All right. Bye, guys.